members of the High Table, members of the Fourth Estate. We also recognize that electoral integrity extends beyond election day. It encompasses the entire electoral cycle, legal frameworks, operational preparedness, stakeholder trust, dispute resolution mechanisms, civic education, inclusion, and transparency. In this regard, the recent reform-oriented recommendations emerging from the national consultations, including the tripartite engagement process, provide us with an important opportunity, not for division, but for collective improvement. These recommendations call on all of us to strengthen transparency in electoral operations and resource management, stakeholder engagement and inclusive consultation mechanisms, legal and procedural clarity in election administration, public communication and timely information sharing, trust-building measures across political actors and institutions. The Commission embraces these reports, directions in good faith, but their success will depend not on the Commission alone. It will depend on the willingness of all political actors to participate constructively in shaping and implementing them. This is where your role is indispensable. Distinguished colleagues, with less than 2 years before the 2028 elections, we face a narrow but critical window to act. Key processes such as center mapping, voter registration, electoral planning, and civic education must begin in earnest and must be undertaken in a manner that is inclusive, transparent, and trusted by all. This cannot be achieved in isolation. It requires partnership, it requires patience, and above all, it requires a shared commitment to the national interest. I therefore wish to propose a path forward, grounded in cooperation, the reinforcement of the political parties' liaison committee meetings, of a standing inter-party dialogue and consultative forum convened regularly by the Commission. In essence, what I'm saying, effective this month, this meeting is specific for political parties. But very soon we'll be informing you on the dates we are going to convene the usual PPRC meeting. It is going to be ongoing now once it's time we get onto our elections. The creation of joint technical working groups involving party representatives on key reform and operational areas. The development of a shared electoral roadmap to 2028, reflecting both institutional priorities and stakeholder input. Strengthening communication channels to ensure timely, accurate, and transparent information flow to all parties. A collective recommitment to peaceful engagement and democratic participation, both within and beyond electoral processes. Distinguished leaders and all present, our democracy is strongest not when we agree on everything, but when we remain committed to working together despite our differences. The people of Sierra Leone are looking to us, not for perfection, but for leadership, not for uniformity, but for unity of purpose. Let us therefore use this moment not to deepen divisions, but to rebuild trust. Let us move forward, not as adversaries, but as partners in a shared national project. Let us ensure that when we arrive at the 2028 elections, we do so with a process that that is not only credible, but collectively owned. History remember this period, not for the disagreements we faced, but how we choose to resolve them. I extend my hand to all political parties, without exception, in the spirit of dialogue, respect, and cooperation. Together, we can strengthen our democracy. Together, we can safeguard our peace. Together, we can uphold the will of the people of Sierra Leone. Long live Sierra Leone. I thank you all.
Thank you very much to the Chief Electoral Commission and Chairman of the ECSL for such an inspiring keynote address. A few highlights from his keynote address. He emphasized on giving out assurances for the purpose of confidence building for every stakeholder to participate effectively in the electoral process. But there was something that he said. He said ECSL exists to serve all stakeholders equally. So that's the principle of equality and impartiality. So that's very important in terms of the message he has sent out, that we exist as a commission to serve all stakeholders equally. He also mentioned things that he will be leading in terms of implementing electoral programs, specifically reforms. After each electoral cycle, there are bound to be reforms. We reflect lessons learned, and we try to improve on electoral processes. So there are going to be reforms, legal reforms, programmatic reforms, and also administrative reforms. We'll be supporting the leadership of Mr. Alpha as the Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman to implement successfully and effectively these intended plans. So we'll move on with the agenda. We have distinguished guests in our midst. The focus now will be on the invited guests. We have a list of them that have consented to make statements. So the first statement from the guests or the political parties will be done by the chairman of we have our sister institution, the Political Parties Regulation Commission. So in a way, it's still external. So I'm rushing to get to the political parties, but just wait for a moment. First of all, we'll have a statement from the chairman of the Political Parties Registration Commission.
What balance of need of? So let's make it up.
A very good morning to my partners in the house.
Good morning.
You know, ever since I had the opportunity to do the 360 turnaround from prosecuting corruption to working with political parties, I've enjoyed my journey so far, especially because I have a partnership that I'm working with that's very collaborative. I want to publicly, here and now, take this opportunity to thank every registered political party in Sierra Leone for the cooperation that the Political Parties Regulation Commission has enjoyed ever since I landed on that shore. Thank you very much. We call them our partners because we work fingers in ring. Some of the times we disagree, just so that we agree. You know, like the Chief Electoral Commissioner was saying, unity is important. but our purpose to actually get to where we're going is equally important. I wish to congratulate you again, sir. You know, I call him my Walimu because I had the opportunity to be taught indirectly by him because he taught my wife at Jala. So I always call him Walimu. When I speak with Bani, I tell her, look, the Walimu is now the commissioner, at the PPRC by reason of his position. So I'm enjoying a lot of blessings from him. On a day like this, I want to take this opportunity. I know we are moving towards elections. The Political Parties Regulation Commission works hand in glove with the ECSL. I want to recognize the presence of Mr. Tuge Bekti. He's the man that used to that talk. It's going to be acknowledged. But we work hand in glove with the ECSL, and let me make this illustration. We are like the technical team, if you try football, the technical team working with the team, preparing the team for competition. In this case, our team is a number of teams under one umbrella, that's the political parties. As you may observe, many of the members of the team are now preparing to actually put their executives together, doing their lower level elections, moving on to the elections, and all of those involve arrangements, coordination, and planning. I want to urge you, Sierra Leone is a democracy. But if we can, every political party seated in this room is a government in waiting. That is why at the PPRC, there may be older political parties by reason of the fact that they were born before other political parties, normally. But when it comes to the platform, there are no small political parties. There are no big political parties. They are all equal. And because as Sierra Leoneans and as PPRC, we recognize the fact that you are governments in waiting, and elections, like the chairman has just said, are around the corner. We are like under 2 years to elections, or thereabout. So it behoves political parties, I urge you, I encourage you, to plan in a way that you take your best team to the competition. I always say this. It is only when you take your best team to competitions that is when you can humbly accept defeat. It is not natural for human beings to actually blame themselves. You need to be a man, a real person, to accept the fact that, oh, I was responsible for what happened, albeit bad. So it is because of that human nature that has been recognized that we urge at the PPRC, all political parties, to arrange their houses, arrange their parties so very formidably that no matter the height of the competition, you will be fit for that match. And knowing that Sierra Leone is a democracy, let us endeavor to uphold the principles of democracy even within our parties. Let's talk about business that we can happen for actually go to the UH before you compete, even inside the party. No, we avoid that. There is not a political party that does not have a constitution. There is not a political party that goes to lower level elections without their rules and regulations for engagement, often based on the principles or the provisions of their constitutions. Let us follow those rules. No, not cut and sew and push and sew. Because that which you cannot accept must not be accepted. So if we have to have a very good competition outside, or the kind of play amongst yourselves as political parties, let us begin those competitions within so we get used to them. You will not disagree with me that the language that the child hears you speak in the home is a language that that child will be used to the extent that even when he is in public, that's the language that he is likely to use. So let us use the language of democracy within the political parties. So when we certify you, by God's grace, all of you will be certified. because I am very pleased with the political party compliance rates right now. I'll tell you, but for just 2 political parties among the 17 political parties, except in the C4C, because we are giving them some more time, they are just out of, some turbulent moment. Every political party has submitted their audited financial statements from 2024, 2023, 2024, 2025. I'm very commendable. Let us clap for them, please. And I see no political party in this room that has not complied with us. Every political party represented has complied. Congratulations. That is the spirit. Because the law says what it means. It does not say what it does not mean. Where you fail to comply, we may have troubles. And please, let me just announce this. It might not be pleasant, and that might be the last for today. Very soon, very soon, we are beginning to check on your office addresses across the country where they are supposed to be. We have started sending this message that no political party must be prevented by anybody, no matter who in this country, from campaigning or operating in any area in the country. Political parties are national institutions. That is why if a political party we are just concentrated in a region or a district, you would not be registered. But once you are registered as a political party, you are a national institution. So because you wear color blue, must not prevent you from operating in Kono, Kailamu, Bujamu, Bombali, or anywhere in Sierra Leone. You have the free hand to operate everywhere. And that is why you must ensure that you have your offices where you must have them. I wish you a happy Easter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman of the Political Parties Regulation Commission. He quietly reminded me that the R is no longer for registration but for regulation. It reminds me again of the migration from NEC to ECSL. For quite a while, we kept saying NEC, even the public. But now we are used to the ECSL. So once again, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for such an energetic statement. Next on the agenda, we are going to have statements from political parties. We'll first of all start with the representative of APA to make a brief statement.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Tony Soda, National Chairman for the PPRC Party and member of the All Buga Parties Association. I'm here to make the record straight before we have the Secretary General come give us a position paper on behalf of All Buga Parties Association. On the 10th of February 2026, all national chairmen of registered political parties did receive letters of consultation from the Secretary to the President telling us about the President's intention to appoint Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha as the Chief Electoral Commission and within 72 hours, we must be able to present our recommendations either in favor or against. And as political parties, we already consult our stakeholders in our various political parties. We take consultations. And during these consultations, there are some political parties who invited the candidature of Commissioner Sylvester Alpha to their political party offices on a one-to-one interview. It was only the last day of the 2 hours. Every political party, except for two, who gave support to the appointment of Commissioner Sylvester Alpha as the Chief Electoral Commissioner for Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. And thereafter, he was summoned to Parliament. And there again, we went to make a presentation. And it was before the Excellency of the President took an oath. I want members of the Fourth Estate to know that we did not recommend or approve Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha's appointment based on sentiment. We did based on, we had our own criteria that we had to look into, based on the experience, based on the maturity, and based on his past records. We are here today to let the members of the Fourth Estate know, because we see other political parties or members of other political parties who are making regular statements that either the President or Commissioner Sylvester Alpha, because we other political parties don't have what to eat, we have been paid to recommend Commissioner Sylvester. It's unfortunate, it's very unfortunate. But the Bible says, as a man thinks, so he is. With these few words, I want to call the Secretary General of the All Political Parties Association to come and read to us a position paper on behalf of all political parties, registered political parties association. Mr. Abraham said, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now invite the Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party. The National
Thank you. The Chairman and the Chief Electoral Commissioner, the Chairman PPRC, Commissioners present, Chairman, Secretary Generals, Deputy Secretary Generals of all political parties present, the Fourth Estate. My name is Jimmy Matilo Songa, the National Chairman of the Great Sierra Leone People's Party. I want to use this opportunity to formally congratulate the Chief Electoral Commissioner. We are here to support the position of all political party associations, which SLPP, my party, is a member. The Secretary General of that great organization will be delivering a speech. I want you to know that the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party is part of that organization. Mr. Chairman and Chief Electoral Commissioner, congratulations. You've taken over at a very difficult time. We are looking forward to the reforms that you are going to bring and looking forward to the political party liaison committee meetings. We in the SLPP, we firmly believe in the core values of this country, that we should be united as a nation. A divided nation cannot move forward, and that's why we are calling upon our brothers and sisters on the other side to come and join us so that we can move this process forward. The Sierra Leone People's Party, we do believe in peace and tranquility. We believe in cohesion. And we do believe that the leader of the Sierra Leone People's Party, retired but not tired, the chairman of ECOWAS, actually selected a man that has served this institution for many, many years. He's having the basic, he's having the requisite knowledge and skill to lead this institution. And that's why I, Jimmy Battle Songa, the national chairman of the Sierra Leone People's Party, do endorse the position of APA, and we are all together in this. Long live you. Long live our newly elected, appointed and approved Chief Electoral Commissioner. I thank you.
Brad. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners of the ECSL and staff, their president, our father, the chair of the Political Parties Regulation Commission, that's the PPRC, leaders of political parties, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman and Commissioner of ECSL, I bring you warm greetings on behalf of the leadership of the All Political Parties Association, for short, APA. We recognize the constitutional mandate of the Electoral Commission and its central role in safeguarding the integrity of our democracy. As the pathway for economic growth and sustainable development in Sierra Leone. However, it would be remiss of us not to acknowledge the reality before us. The political climate in our country remains tense, largely in the aftermath of the 2023 Australia election. This movement call not for defensiveness, but for reflection, reforms, and a reviewed commitment to building public trust. APA has taken note of the ongoing national discourse surrounding the agreement for national unity, particularly Resolution 3, which established the agreement for the Tripartite Committee on Electoral Reforms. Without engaging in unproductive debate, we wish to respectively present key concerns, expectations for your consideration as a commission. Firstly, we urge the commission to immediately reactivate the political parties liaison committee platform as essential structure for dialogue on electoral matters. Of course, now have the assurance from the chair that with immediate effect starting next month, we'll have this month we'll have the PPRC meeting up and running. So I think that's forward-looking in terms of our position on that issue with regards to the political party liaison committee meeting. Also, in terms of reference, should also be reviewed to strengthen consensus building whilst preserving the commission independence and fostering trust among stakeholders. Additionally, inclusivity must be the act of electoral reforms. Elections are conducted for all registered political parties. Therefore, discussions on reforms, especially under the tripartite framework, must involve all political parties. Anything less risks undermining the very credibility we seek to build as a nation. Also, there is an urgent need to ensure transparency and accountability. This includes timely and accurate communication on election dates, polling locations, procedure, and particularly results management. We strongly recommend a stakeholders dialogue on improving elections results management system. Mr. Chairman. Yeah. Whilst we acknowledge the introduction of the proportional representation system, that's the PR system, concerns remain that the current structure disproportionately favored dominant parties. Of course, we saw what happened in 2023 elections. We only have two political parties now in parliament. So, in as much as we are calling for the PR system as a permanent feature, we are also of the view that we have a dialogue as to how we can see we review in terms of other issues pertaining to the threshold and also the payment of the two-list system, because that is essential. Because we believe that the very essence of the PR system is to address key issues of, broader representation in parliament and local council. So we think that we have attained the representation of 30% in both parliaments and council. And also, now we see the reduction in terms of by-election, violence, and the cost for managing elections. So if we want to attain for wider and broader representations so that we spend the political pluralism, I think that needs to be reviewed. We therefore call for a comprehensive review, including a reduction in the threshold and re-examination of associated requirements to ensure a more equitable and representative system. I've said that. The Commission was strengthening its operational readiness. A clear and timely strategic plan for operational work plan will help prevent delay and restore confidence in electoral administration. Equally important is the need to reinforce monitoring, oversight, and enforcement mechanism to ensure fairness, impartiality, and compliance with the laws by all stakeholders. Furthermore, we encourage the Commission to intensify voter registration, integrity, expand voter education, invest in secure and reliable technology, and ensure robust mechanism for addressing complaints and disputes. Continuous engagement with political parties, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders is not optional. Let me go to cover this again. Continuous engagement with political parties, civil society, and other stakeholders is not optional. It is fundamental to rebuilding public trust. Mr. Chairman, distinguished commissioner, trust is the currency of credible elections. It is not demanded. It is earned through constant actions that demonstrate fairness, openness, and accountability under your leadership. We expect to see deliberate steps taken to restore confidence in the electoral process. Finally, the All Political Parties Association remain committed to constructive engagement. Our expectations are not adverse, they reflect our shared aspiration of the Sierra Leonean people for a democratic process that is credible, inclusive, and truly reflective of their will, that's the people. We stand ready to work with the Commission in good faith, but we must also be kind. The time for reassurance has passed. The time for demonstrable action is now. Thank you all for your attention. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And specifically, I want to appreciate and thank the National Chairman of the Sierra Leone People's Party for delivering an official statement on behalf of his party, and also to appreciate and thank the representative of APA for delivering an official position of the association. I'm sure we'll receive a copy of the statement and the Commission will take necessary action. We'll listen to the last speaker for this occasion. He is going to represent or speak on behalf of electoral commissioners. So I will now invite Commissioner Abubakar Okouma to make a statement.
The Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman, the Chairman of the PPRC, my colleague commissioners, let me use this opportunity to welcome you all, representatives of political parties, our esteemed representatives of the various political parties in Sierra Leone. Before I go further, I want to fill in some gaps in the introduction of the Chief Electoral Commissioner. The Chief Electoral Commissioner is from Sirabo, Umpe, Chido, in all districts. I think Sirabo is well known for the famous hospital and the eye clinic. Many Sierra Leoneans go to Sirabo to correct their eye defects. He also spent his formative years in Maguraka, Tongolili district, because his father was a police officer and his father worked in Maguraka. So he spent his formative years even attending primary school in Maguraka. Wow. He has taught at all levels of education. He has taught at the primary school level, the secondary school level, tertiary level, and even the university. He taught even in seminaries, helping to produce priests in this country. He spent 10 years at Jala University College as a lecturer. Here at the ECSL, formerly National Electoral Commissioner, he rose through the ranks. He joined the commission in 2005 as a district electoral officer. Interestingly, he was posted to Maguraka, Tongolili district. And I have the honor of serving him there as his able lieutenant. I was his assistant district officer. So I have been with him throughout these 20 years. So I know him through and through. From that position, after the 2007 elections, he was promoted to the position of Chief of Field Coordination, supervising all districts in Sierra Leone. Later, he became Director of Training, Procedures, Electoral Education, and Capacity Building. And from there, he served many times as Executive Secretary of this commission. So you will see that he has virtually been playing a role in virtually every aspect of this electoral commission before he was appointed electoral commissioner for the Southern region. He has the opportunity of being appointed twice as electoral commissioner for the Southern region. So in fact, when he was appointed chief electoral commissioner, that was his third time of facing the appointment committee in Parliament. So having gone through the nomination, the approval, and the swearing in, Edmond Sylvester Alva is now properly seated and has the legitimate authority to serve as the National Returning Officer. This is an authority given to him by the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
I like that one more.
Alima is here. Is Alima here? Yes. Alima said something in one of our PPRC meetings that is very, very important for political parties. She said that the meetings at ECSL and at PPRC are an opportunity for those parties that are not in parliament to express themselves. It is, if she referred to those meetings as their own parliament.
Yes.
And this is a statement I fully support. And this is why we are committed to bringing back the PPRC meetings. Because this is your own parliament. This is where you tell us what we do, what is right, and what is wrong. As the chairman has said, those meetings will be resuscitated starting this April. On behalf of the Commission, we have already pledged our loyalty to our Commander-in-Chief. You know, we used to call him Commander. But at that time, he was just one of the commanders. But now, he is now Commander-in-Chief.
That's good.
So, those of us who are his generals, whether we have the Air Force General, Navy General there, you know, we have committed our loyalty and support to him. We will ensure that we conduct transparent and credible elections. We will abide by our guiding principles. We will respect the law so far as elections are concerned in Sierra Leone. We will be impartial. We will act professionally. We will be transparent in our activities. We will be accountable. Most of the issues raised by the Secretary General of APA are issues that we have covered in our strategic plan. And I can assure you that once we start meeting and we start discussing the plan, some of these issues will be addressed. But I thank you very much. These are things that we have been thinking. We've put them on paper. And I am sure once we start interacting, you will help us to ensure that the plans that we have set for ourselves will be realized. So we pledge not only to you, but to the entire electorate of Sierra Leone that ECSL is still committed to the conduct of credible and transparent elections under the leadership of the Chief Electoral Commissioner, the Chairman, the National Returning Officer, and our Commander-in-Chief, Edmond Sylvester Alva. I thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Electoral Commissioner Mr. Abubakar Kouma, for filling in the gaps regarding the resume of the Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman of the ECSL. And also, he gave assurances that the ECSL will stay committed will abide by its guiding principles. 7 of them will also follow the law. And will ensure that we will deliver successful elections in 2028. We cannot live without giving the opportunity to others to just make brief statements. So on the agenda we have interaction. So if you have views or anything to say, we'll now open the floor for the interactions.
Yeah. Mabuka boys. That's Mabuka boy. I know, not you. It's not Mabuka one.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sheriff Barry, the chairman of the National Democratic Alliance Party, and I double as the chairman of the Inter-Party Dialogue Committee under the Unity Agreement as enshrined or captured under Resolution 5. Chief Electoral Commissioner, my humble boss, Chairman PPRC, all other commissioners, fellow compatriots of political parties, my esteemed brothers in the media, members of the Fourth Estate, I bring the warmest and appreciation on behalf of the Inter-Party Dialogue Committee. Mr. Chairman, history is cyclical. As Karl Marx said, and I quote, that history is really cyclical. On the 27th April 1961, when Sierra Leone was going for her independence, there was a rigmarole between the APC and SLPP in this country. And today, as I speak, there is still the same rigmarole between the APC and SLPP. So you see how history repeats itself on this very important calendar. Mr. Chairman, as the chairman of the Inter-Party Dialogue Committee, I want to call on my brothers on both sides from the SLPP and the APC that dialogue is very important as stated by all the speakers. We should realize 3 fundamental things about our motto in Sierra Leone: unity, freedom, and justice. And we cannot achieve all those 3 things without peace and unity. I therefore call upon my president, your president, the people's president, His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio, and the SLPP to call APC to a roundtable conference for a dialogue. Sierra Leone is at a crossroad. We want to see development. The tension is too high. We want to de-escalate the tension. To the commissioner, chief commissioner, I want to refer you to the Bible. What John 8:32 says about truth. 8 million and more Sierra Leoneans are hanging on your shoulder. You are the empire, the referee. You are the umpire for this nation. You are like any Supreme Court judge. And you are more powerful today more than the Supreme Court judges in this country. In the sociological perspective,
institutions of government. I know, not the legal aspect. I know the bedrock of democracy is the judiciary. That 8 million Sierra Leoneans are hungry on your shoulder, as John 8:32 says, truthfulness. We want to see Sierra Leone like Senegal in terms of contest. We are both the ruling party and the opposition will accept results from the days of Abdullah versus and Abdul Juf. Both of them accepted the results. It cascaded down to Macky Sall and Abdullah. There was no clear both the ruling party and the opposition. The same with Bashiru, current president, and Macky Sall. It is easy to do it. It's just about what John 8:32 says. We are same human beings. We share the same anatomic physiology. So there's no difference between us. This is reality. On this note, I will end with a famous quotation for the commissioner. This is from Imam Ali. Imam Ali, one of the Sahabas of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says, and I quote, "Who speaks to you about others, we speak about you to others. Who speak to you about others, we speak about you to others." So be mindful of that. And Spinoza says, if you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. May God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. To my brothers, the young guys, the boys from post school, I say happy celebration. And I will be indicted as your senior from Christ the King College if I fail to give you accolade. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner is a born leader. Commissioner, we live in the same house at number 2 Baima Road, Kotibuma. To be precise, when he was a young man, he organized football matches for Kotibuma, class quarter, king, how they call it, Angatao. He was the main or the solo sponsor. So you are born leader. Please exhibit honesty, credibility. Don't fear anything. Please don't take sides. May God bless you. Thank you.
Any other speaker? The last speaker.
One sheriff to another sheriff. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, the NGC recognize you, approve you, endorse you, and we believe in you. One, we did not behave like others. When your letter was sent to us, we invited you for an interview. You need to know someone before you criticize him. And you honored our invitation. We say thank you for that. That proves that you are a leader. That proves leadership. In our letter, we did not indicate location for the meeting. You said, I will come to your office. And our interview was based on 3 thematic areas. 1, your educational qualification. 2, your experience. 3, your credibility. And you prove all that to us. We ask you one critical question about what we saw in the social media about the Kwenadugu elections. And your answer was very good to us. The mic, please. Yes.
Talk.
Go talk.
Your answer. NGC. And you answered to us, and we are satisfied. Is that you, as commissioner, does not even see RRF forms. And that it was based on your credibility. You were the commissioner in both, and you were asked to go to Kwenadugo to conduct the election. We were very satisfied with that. We also refer this to other political parties, even our colleagues on the other side, the APC. We are expecting them to do the same. And before you criticize, know the person first. We expected them to call you to an interview, and based on the interview, they would have given the judgment. But it was rather unfortunate that most of the judgment was only given based on hearsays. So therefore, we as NGC, we continue, and that we endorse you, we support you, and we are ready to work with you. Thank you very much.
Hello. Good day, everyone. All protocols observed. Let me first of all send my warm congratulations to our chairman, our able chairman, newly appointed. And approved for Parliament. Leader and chairperson, United Democratic Movement Party, UDM. We have no doubt that you can do it. We have worked with you for quite a long time, for series of elections. We have worked with you in the PPRC meeting, our own parliament. We have worked with you from volume 1 to volume 4. We have talked and spoken because we understand you better, and so we have no doubt in you. I just want to buttress this to my colleagues, political party leaders, that we are not wasting our time. Election is not won in just a day. We have to go through so many protocols, and the voter education is just about, I've been hearing that it's about to start. We have to talk to our voters. We have to be prepared. Let's be prepared, fellow colleagues. And this is going for our voters that we are representing here. I will use the community language to talk to them as they are watching and listening to me. So all the family in a salon, man them, are the pay. Una adhere to the electoral processes. Una listen to what they tell una take part in all the processes. Una go sit down, go right foul, where election done. Election not a one-day business. Election arrangement and commitment. Una way then are the promises and the community people. Una be very active because now una get for vote for me for the coming 2028. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. We have come to the important meeting. Thank you for your participation. The Commission will communicate the next date for the PPRC. Right now.
Yes.
Photo opportunity. Yes.
Immediately after the photo opportunity, our River guest launch will be served down the conference to all political party representatives. Please, you can go to the PPRC Parliament room where launch will be served. Our journalists, you know where you're supposed to go to. We have the Department of Communication. But now, photo opportunity. The chairpersons, the leaders, please come forward. We start with the chairpersons and the item.
Well, that's not how the engagements with the newly elected boss, winner Edmond Sylvester Alpha, gets with the registered political party them inside the country. OPCF don't listen and don't understand how the discussion they go to. Still, I can't talk about the name. And this, I say, I not talk television. That's what we say, Tata and stay blessed.